Hi, welcome to Texas Lone Wolf 73 channel. We're going to talk about this particular person. Um, Goes by the screen name. Can't get any worse. All right, this person here wrote a story about 6 years divorce out of spite and is regretting it. Okay, she tied a knot with her ex-husband, so to speak, and all that good stuff, and we're going to highlight it. I'm going to do two stories over here. I'm going to do one off of Reddit. 6 years later, realized I divorced my ex-husband out of spite and deeply regretting it. Well, not only the man and a woman got married, they also married the state. Of course, peer pressure can come in here and make a deciding factor where a woman can just say, hey, you want some free money? Divorce him, get some child support. Then you ain't gonna worry about, you don't have to worry about anything else. Go get child support. Or something, this is peer pressure. Because women will entice women to do, other women to do stupid things through peer pressure and emotional doing without any recourse. And they can jump on social media and brag about it. That type of thing. And sometimes a woman will say, well, you know what? I want the man to read my mind, to the women out there that actually listen to this channel. I got some bad news for you. Men can help find solution to problems, but we do not read minds. That's kind of silly. We're not mind readers. All right. So it's not going to be sugar-coated. And we are going to go ahead and talk about it. Let's jump into it, shall we? So I'm just going to go ahead and, see if I can get this here to come up. All right. 6 years later, realizing I divorced my ex-husband out of spite and deeply regretting it. We're going to go ahead and do a topic on this. This is today's topic. And anyways, she writes over here, I'm 37 female, and there's some painful honesty ahead. I think she has a narcissism in her. She decides to get in a relationship, then turns around, throws her temper tantrum like a little child, and then files for divorce, blindsiding the husband, then later on regretting her own decision without sitting down and taking a deep breath and overreacting, so to speak. Need to say this to the internet strangers because I haven't yet admitted to anyone in my life yet. Wow, she's over here wanting to talk to strangers. So she went over here to go to say my divorce was ugly. Involved 3 young kids, fall under the age of 5. 1 6-month-old. I cut off parents and friends for not supporting the divorce. So she cut off everybody else who didn't agree with it. Well, they probably just told her, take a deep breath and think things over. Well, they didn't agree with it. She cut them off. The marriage itself indeed needed work. Anybody could have told her that, even a therapist. For every problem that arises, there's a solution to the problem. All right? So, And I don't know for sure whether my ex would have been able to do the work to be a supportive partner. And that part is okay to me. I accept it. Well, actually, this is coming from the YouTuber himself. The marriage did need work on both husband and wife. Okay? And we're fixing to get into it right here, alright? My decision itself to divorce didn't come from a place of thoughtful reflection. It came from a childish place of arrogance, spitefulness, vindictiveness, manipulation, and a victim mentality. Wow. She's over here admitting that she had all these problems, all right? But her decision to divorce didn't come from a place of thoughtful reflection. It came from a childish place. She acted like a little child in an adult body. Okay? She admitted what she did. She manipulated. She had vindictiveness, spitefulness, arrogance. It is all dawning on her now, 6 years later, how crappy that was and unfair to her and her children. She robbed her and her children of a husband, a good home, and a nice family foundation through acting out of vindictiveness, spitefulness, manipulating. Part of this realization comes from the fact that life thoroughly humbled her and kicked her in the backside since her divorce. She was more financially secure in marriage, and now she's admitted she's been teetering on the brink of bankruptcy for the past 3 years. You see, getting all emotionally worked up and doing vindictiveness, spitefulness to file for divorce out of spite without thinking things through. She admits that she's worse off financially. You see, when you have a husband and a wife working together in a marriage, the income doubles. Okay? Now she's teetering on the brink of bankruptcy for the past 3 years. She was far less lonely from dating. She's seen that her ex is very typical of most men. He was not a particular heinous villain. He was the median mean. I don't know what that means, but anyways. So let's go ahead and get further in this, all right? Part of the reason that life has been so tough since her divorce is the timing of it. But see, when a woman files for divorce out of spite, vindictiveness, out of hatred, out of just out of meanness, she also destroyed her children's, altered their lives. Part of the reason that life has been so tough since my divorce is the timing of it. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. All right. She is going to say that I don't miss the marriage itself. I don't really regret it ending because I was doing it out of spite to get my husband to behave. See, she was manipulating him. She did it in the worst way possible. No planning went into it. Although she had young kids, all right, and her parents offered to house her and her kids until she could stabilize. She refused. This here is a price that you pay when you get a divorce. Your income takes a nosedive, and the older the woman gets, the income takes a nosedive. Mm-hmm. That's the way it is. The older the man gets, his money's starting to take off. The majority of the women, they get up here, they get in their head that they want to end the marriage because things don't go their way. They wound up selling themselves short. Yes, I said that. And as a result of trying to go into it alone, in the past 6 years, she's up to her eyeball in debt, constantly stressed, and generally unhappy. Okay, what happened here? She threw a fit like a little child, jumped up and down, manipulating, acting spiteful, vindictiveness. Went to the lawyer behind the husband's back, filed for divorce, just to make her husband behave. Then you wonder why men are walking away from marriage. Then you wonder why nobody takes women serious into marriage. Because not only a man and woman gets married, they also marry the state. Then the woman wants to break the contract up and gets rewarded at the expense of the ex-husband via the state. Of course, goes in there and rewards the woman for breaking that contract. Usually that's how that is. She goes, now I'm realizing ending in a marriage was a huge deal. It would have been best to think it through and give myself and my children an exit strategy, a soft place to land from where we could be rebuilt. See, she didn't even think about that. She just filed for divorce, got out without thinking things through. She admitted it right here. Then she said, I remember arrogantly thinking that I would be remarried within 5 years after my divorce is finalized. That is a pipe dream. She even admitted it. Women after the age of 30 getting a divorce, early 40s, thinking they're going to get remarried again, not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. All right? And not even that, because she hadn't even dated a lot. She used to. Or had a boyfriend she had, because of a realization there was the epidemic of men who are struggling and learning to be supportive partners. And B, also realizing that her financial situation was an absolute dumpster fire, would have been unfair to hoist it on someone else. She even admitted, she just admitted that divorce itself was horrible. Now, she almost feel relief in admitting all of this. See, the woman over here had the audacity to admit that women file for divorce almost 70 to 80% of the time. Okay? And playing the victim year in and year out has been exhausting. She didn't even realize what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. She chose an exit strategy without thinking things through and seeing the repercussion of her actions. You see, marriage is easy, but getting out via divorce with no fault and throwing temper tantrum like a little small child, throwing a fit, has long-lasting consequences. It's got consequences. Dire consequences. So, anyways, she goes saying How removing her ex-husband from life didn't make it any better, but it's been an eye-opening. What she means is she's still her, okay? No, not only that, she's going to have to fend for herself and the kids, buy the kids diapers, clothes, pay for the schooling, pay for the food, pay for the lights and water and rent. Oh, upkeep on the automobiles. Oh, yeah. And she's realizing real self-love is holding herself accountable. That right there is the kryptonite for women. Is self-love is holding her accountable for her action, for her BS. And she treated herself as a victim is not love. She even admitted it here. Her marriage was somewhat exploitative of her and her finances, domestic labor. It was not all that verbally or physically abusive. See, she even admitted the husband didn't even start it. She started that divorce proceedings, all out of spite. Okay, I'm going to keep reading here, all right? She had the power and the autonomy to advocate for herself within the marriage. She had it made. And to mention the marriage needed to end, she said she do believe it did. She could advocate for herself and her children in a way that damage would have been mitigated. But she went scorched earth, and the only person she burned was herself. And thank you for listening. In this horrific realization, be kind with comments. Really. Oh, wow. It took a brave ex-wife to make a post like this. And this stands out to me. You don't regret ending the marriage right here. You just understandably regret how you did it, and you held yourself accountable for your portion of the blame. You're actually in the best position to start to heal. It may not feel like that way now, but you stuck before, as you said, making excuses, playing the victim. All right. Anyways. So she posted in here, the marriage was not good. Since her divorce, realizing she's one of many women who struggled with having to mother her partners, has been a silver lining in all of this. Well, the man needed support. He's went out there and busted his backside. And that's oddly, I do feel my future's bright. Your future is going to be getting dimmer as you get older. The prospects of finding someone to love you with your kids, it's going to be pretty non-existent. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down a little bit. And anyways, she talked about it a year ago. She's distinctly thinking that either the divorce would cause him to pick up the slack in our relationship. See, she used that divorce to try to make him behave and help out more with financial contribution, domestic help. She set the husband free to go out and rebuild himself and not trust her again. I think my dream scenario was the divorce would devastate him, cost him to clean up his act. Really? So she filed for divorce to make him clean up his act. Or get a better job, be a better partner. All right, time out. I'm afraid that once you file for divorce, he's not coming back to commit to you again in a marriage. That man had to be a damn fool to do that. No, you played Russian roulette with the divorce, and what you did a permanent damage right here. And if it sounds terrible, because it was. At the time, it made a total sense to me. I'm only now waking up to how manipulative that was. She admitted it right here. My regret is not, did not thoughtfully, with my mental well-being and of my children in mind, come to the conclusion of the marriage. Marriage needs work. You don't just jump in. Oh, I'm not happy. Either clean up your act or I'm filing for divorce. No. The marriage itself is a union between man and woman. So, I'm going to go ahead and read this. There are things that are painful for me to think about. I wasn't even able to breastfeed my youngest past few months because I was too busy leaving long-winded, expletive-laden texts to my ex-husband while trying to find a live-in nanny that I couldn't afford to help me raise my infant. I won't get into all that because suffice to say, poor decision all around. Duh, anybody could have told you that. You had help right there. But no, you filed for divorce, you ran your husband away. Guess what? You're going to have to figure this out. So what's just jumping up and down, being a manipulative heifer? Was it worth it? Huh? Thank you for that paragraph. Nah, I ain't going to read that. So I'm going to go to say that, she admitted she was manipulating him. It was an eye-opener, according to her. So, that was updated a year ago, so to speak. And I'm looking through here to see if I can find another update. So I'm just going to go to say this much. I'm going to jump to this other story right here. It's Mama Mania. It's based out of Australia. But, divorce is going to be very, very bad. You file for divorce, it has long-lasting consequences. Consequences are not that good. As I read that last thing that was posted a year ago, and with her update, she said she filed for divorce to make her ex-husband act right. Well, he acted right. He ain't coming back to help her out. And he's not going to have a second go around with her in a marriage to help her with kids and home. She admitted she was manipulative. All right. Now, to the men out there that are boycotting marriage, good for you. But I just read the story of divorce where the woman initiated it. She regretted it. She's up to eyeball in debt. I mean, the marriage was going good until she had the my way or the highway mentality of filing for divorce to make somebody else act right. That's manipulation in a nutshell. Marriage itself is a teamwork effort. It's not a one-person effort. So, this woman filed for divorce. 6 years later, she regrets it. She did it out of vindictive, out of spite, out of hatred. And she said she did it to make her ex-husband act right. Well, he's free from all that. And he's going to rebuild on his own in good times. Anyways, what do you think about this story that I read? Let me hear your comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You want to see some more content drop? Make sure you hit that bell notification. And go ahead and like or dislike the video. I'm going to try to get some more content to be uploaded, all right? Thank you very much, and take care of yourself. And remember, think twice about getting married, because all the woman's got to do is file for divorce without you even knowing it. Then you'll probably get served on the job or wherever. And this can't happen. All right, peace out, and you have a good day.